Hi, we're going to do what went wrong. You see, Brett's sleeping off a cocaine bender, so we're just going to do it. We stole his camera and everything. Also, this guy's here. Yo. Okay, so we're going to be talking about your short film, Full Moon. And the first question I have is the design of the creature. Exactly how many drugs did you do before you thought that up?
I didn't have to do any drugs.
You didn't have to, but you did. So what I'm asking is, did you do all of them? Is there any left?
I don't have any.
I mean, after what Brett did, I guess not.
I'm naturally weird in my head, so I didn't.
So where did the design of this creature come from, if it wasn't drugs?
We're just trying to figure out how to make a werewolf cow.
That literally does not answer anything.
What?
I want to make a werewolf cow is something that happens at the end of a cocaine bender, not the beginning of a cocaine bender.
No, just the werewolf cow was just like, why do they only attack humans? Don't they ever not kill something else and make that into a werewolf?
That's a great question. And now I have, like, where are the werewolf foxes and dogs? Well, I guess no, wolf is a dog, isn't it?
Close.
Good enough. Werewolf cats.
Yeah.
No, they made that movie, didn't they?
Oh, I hadn't seen that one.
No, Skinwalkers or something.
But were-cow, because I even had this whole mythology, like I was calling them bovine thropes, like lycanthropes. I got all this stuff to go with it, but I tried to jam it all into a little, 8 minutes?
8 and change, yeah. But it's effective. I mean, it works as a proof of concept. But why cows? You got something against cows?
Yeah.
No pigs?
No, cows just funny.
Giraffes? That'd be terrifying. We're
That'd
trying to make a comedy.
That would be a tougher costume.
Yeah, you need a very tall man for that. So, what are plans to make that into a feature-length film?
What are the plans?
Are there plans? And if
there have been plans, but I'm a huge procrastinator. There's another What Went Wrong episode about procrastination that I haven't finished watching. I started watching it, but
Let's see how you did that. That's very nice. Now, if only you did that on purpose.
Yeah, well, maybe I did. I don't know.
So you want to get a werewolf cow film made?
I would like an 80s style, go back to the 80s style with a were-cow. I would love to get a little bit more, some better special effects. I've kind of mapped it out. I just haven't written it, but I just got to add more kills. Add 8 more kills and do about 10 minutes per kill. That's 80 minutes right there. And then it's got the little story in there.
No, you don't need story in a movie about a werewolf cow. It's got a werewolf cow. You're done.
Yeah.
But do you think it's important in a movie like that to have an actual story behind it? Do you think that maybe it could detract from it if there is no story, if there are no characters that are actually worth following, if it's just, I'm going to have mayhem for the sake of mayhem, it could become boring after 70, 80 minutes.
Yeah, it could. You got to have something to kind of for the audience to root for, just to be like, okay, I want this guy to live, or I want this guy to die.
I love the ones that you want to die, because then they do eventually.
Yeah, and you're just like, yeah, you're cheering for it.
But do you want to turn it into like a franchise of things? Is this going to become your thing? You're the were-cow guy?
I just would like to throw stuff out there that's just not the typical stuff, I want to try to make movies that the same person, like say you get a celebrity, you get The Rock. The Rock's always, how the movie's going to go. He's always going to survive. He's always going to make it. He doesn't die.
Well,
I would prefer films with, you don't know what's going to happen. You're like, holy
Right, so not you want to try and overthrow some tropes. You want to try and take the cliches and start with the cliche and then say, that's not we don't do that here.
Yeah.
Well, what's holding you back?
Procrastination, really.
So it's yourself. What you do is slap yourself with that cow tongue. You still got the cow tongue? Because that was gross.
We ate the cow tongue. We went through 3 of those, and we ate 2 of them.
So how many drugs did you do while on set?
0. I don't need drugs. I am naturally crazy.
Don't need them, but you chose to use them anyway because you ate.
Says the guy wearing the Cheech and Chong shirt.
Yeah.
Right.
No, that stuff's legal in some states.
I would like to try this stuff, but I have never tried it yet.
Well, maybe you should consider it. You're going to be making a were-cow.
Oh, I gotta not work for the government.
No, it's fine. What does the government know about anything? Trust me, I've been on the inside. They don't know shit about it. So when you make your films, is the idea just to be silly? Or will there come a point where you think, now that I've kind of established myself with the silly, I can try and make something a little bit more serious?
No, I'm pretty much always going to be silly. Maybe down the line I'd like to tackle something serious, but most of the time I'd like to tackle serious stuff in a silly way. But for the most part, I'm just trying to make things that make me laugh, and if other people like it, awesome.
So you don't want to fall into the trap of trying to put politics into your movie, as so many have.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do it intentionally. I wouldn't be like, I'm going to go out there and make this movie. If I did anything, it would try to like maybe subversively kind of hide it in there, but I don't even think at that level. I'm just more like, I want to make movies about like poops and stuff.
They tried that. They made a movie called Fart, the movie. It didn't work.
Oh, yeah?
Maybe if I was 12 when I watched it, but I wasn't. So what...
I'll check out Fart, the movie.
No, you really shouldn't. I hate myself for ever even bringing it up.
No, but I feel like farts are funny.
It's really not.
Funny?
There's a limit.
Were they too political in Fart?
There's too many politics in farts today. And we don't need politics in farts. We need just farts.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's smooth talking right there. We're talking about farts and cow tongues here.
We need farts.
And while Brett's over there puking his brains out, because apparently that's what you do. So when you were putting the film together, was there any sort of the short film? Did you think, I just want to get this idea out there, or were you trying to build a framework to which the feature-length film could spring off of?
Yeah, I was kind of trying to build a framework. Like when I changed it, because originally it was a were-cow, bovine thrope, and then it kind of changed to where it was genetically modified. Because I guess I was trying to throw some kind of stuff in there about how our food is we have GMO food out there, right? But these guys weren't just modifying food; they were just testing everything. So these guys, that's why the name Genomod, because I kind of want like a team that has to go after Genomod stuff. Like there's other things. That's why they're like, oh, stuff's always getting out from Genomod. So you could have other little episodes of these Genomod characters going out and fighting other little creatures.
So you would look to make sort of a series, or like the Marvel cinematic thing?
I'd say just like a series, almost like an X-Files, but just like goofier.
I feel like X-Files would have done a cow thing. I mean, they did alien bees, whatever the that was.
I don't know. I didn't see that one, but I do in the that was like my 2.5th iteration of the were-cow movie, because I have other versions of it, and there's a part in there where the guy's talking about it, goes, you mean like X-Files? He's like, what did he say? Oh, you mean like UFO? Goes, oh, that's a different division, because the guy's supposed to be FBI. There's only supposed to be like one FBI guy. The original story is a lot different than what the last one I made there.
So what got you into the films?
Films, I've always loved films. I've always loved films. That's like the one thing that has always been a constant, pretty much, I have both my parents, they divorced early, but movies was always a thing. Like my dad took us to the movie every weekend. We always saw a movie. And then one time my mom had us, she took us to a movie, and my dad was there. I saw my mom and my stepdad over there. I mean, my dad and my stepmom, and then my mom took us to the theater. It was weird. Like she bought us the toys, he took us to the movies. And then I was home alone all the time. Not alone all the time, but parents are out. We were the first group of latchkey kids. We had HBO, Showtime. Just watched whatever we wanted to watch.
So when did the love of watching film transition to, you know what, I'm going to make a film?
Back around when the first camcorders came out. We got one. Well, my dad got one for Father's Day, but I played with that thing way more than he did, So my friends and I would make short films back then, and I think we've lost most of them. But one was just a werewolf one, not a were-cow. But there was always stuff. We were putting foam in pants and throwing it out the windows to make it like somebody went out the window. Just all the different stuff, and a lot of blood and special effects type of things.
So when you do horror and such, you want to focus more on gore and body horror. Because you're playing up for comedy, not so much psychological horror.
Yeah, more gore and for comedy.
So you're gonna go like a Mel Brooks comedy touch.
Kinda. I would eventually like to be able to do a psychological, just trying to do one, but I'm probably gonna be campy most of the time.
No, camping works just fine, except for the dude in your film that doesn't apparently know how to put together a tent.
Well, he didn't know. That's why he didn't make it.
Well, he should have practiced. This is insanely difficult stuff he's trying to do here. You need to practice beforehand, like how to shoot a revolver. How did she not lose a finger in that?
Yeah, maybe we should have. I didn't. See, that's what I've learned now from doing the stuff. You're like, oh, that didn't look good. But back then I was like, let's film it. We got it. That's cool.
So would you consider like any of those crowdfunding sites to put it together? Because it's a gamble. You could put it up there and get $60, or you could put it up there for $6,000 and end up getting $6 million.
That'd be crazy. I would like to try. Like, I think I have enough equipment and knowledge to do a better, like, proof of concept to maybe where people would be like, "Oh, wow, that looks really good. I want to be part of that." Or I might do it, but I think I have. Well, no, I am not sure. I'm not sure. I would, if people want to give me money to make a Werecow movie, I'll take it.
You might have to take your shirt off. Show them the jubblies.
We'll do it. We'll do it later, though. First with the money first.
Well, as I've seen well over 4,000 movies, I think that the full moon, Werecow, whatever it ends up being called, is definitely something that should be feature length. Because there's a lot of, like I was saying earlier, there are a lot of politics in film, and while some people do try to convey these messages, I think that in comedy it's a lot easier to do so because you can just take your jabs. As you do in the film. You take your jabs at the left and the right. But it's the procrastination. Because not a lot of people have this opportunity. A lot of people, they want to, but they don't have, say, a mentor. They don't have any sort of experience. They don't have a support of a community or a group of friends. And this is what you got right here. You should take it and you should run with it. Just how fast can a Werecow run? Because I'm not very fast.
As fast as Werecow can. No, I don't know.
Really poetic right there.
They can run as fast as they can. Faster even.
Well, I'm all out of ideas for questions, but I definitely want to say that is something I want to see.